Hello guys, I am back at it again. I say this every single time, but there's so much going on astrologically that I couldn't not come and talk about it. I was gonna wait until like closer to the full moon, but like stuff is already, hi, thank you for joining, King. There's already stuff that's happening, so I figured why not just kind of go live and give you a little update on what's going on. So if you don't know me, my name is Jasmine. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Instagram, thank you, it means the world to me. And yeah, so jumping it right in, darling. We are officially in Taurus season, which I am so excited about because I feel like Aries season was just a lot for a lot of different reasons, but like finally we're in a space where we're able to feel a bit more grounded. We have the Sun, Mercury, and Venus all in the sign of Taurus. So a little bit of what I already mentioned last week with like Venus moving into Taurus, as far as like there's an emphasis on enjoying the finer things in life and making the small things finer, if that makes sense. So really paying attention and noticing the flavors and the sensations that make up your every single day, and really being present, being grounded, spending as much time as you possibly can in environments that nourish you outside, like actually like nature, but also just making sure that your physical space is safe and sacred to you, and that you're doing what you need to do in order to make that space safe and sacred. But yeah, there's so much going on with this like full moon in Scorpio that's kind of heavy. So like before I get into that, I want to talk about the good stuff. So like I wrote down, obviously this is a really beautiful time, especially with Taurus. So much Taurus energy to focus on what you want to bring in financially. So get really specific about what it is that like your financial and monetary goals are, and work around any limiting beliefs that may surround blocking that. So if you have any sort of like scarcity mindset when it comes to manifesting money or feeling deserving of money, really affirming and working through that. And outside of, like the psychological aspect to it, also like getting clear on what your financial goals are. I know for me, anytime I am doing any sort of project and they're always like, okay, like what are you asking for? I'm always like, whatever you can offer, like it's fine, don't worry, whatever makes sense. But I think it's important to honor the fact that you have a worth, and you should be able to like speak on that and know what it is in layman terms. Oh, thank you, Icon. Yes, I got my nails done, which is very, very Taurus. Also, I think adorning your body right now is something that's incredibly important. So recognizing the ways in which you need to dress up your like vessel, but also your physical environment, getting clear on what your monetary goals are, writing them down, putting down those numbers, making checks, especially with this Scorpio full moon, because there is like a high potency when it comes to manifestation. And yeah, security, comfort, enjoying luxury. We already know, I already talked about it. Taurus season is a beautiful time to just enjoy and allow yourself to enjoy. But what I wanted to talk about was this full moon. So we have a full moon in Scorpio coming, I believe it's on Monday, but we're already feeling the themes and like just the energy of it. I don't know if you have, but like there is a lot of different components to it. So you could be feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit overstimulated, but also a bit energized from it. There's an element of like I can never say that word and it's so embarrassing. Spontaneity? Being spontaneous that comes with it because of the fact that it's so, okay, so I'll tell you the aspects going on so you make sense. So the Scorpio full moon is squaring Saturn and opposing Uranus. And Pluto retrograde is right on its tail. So a big theme of this is the reveal of truth. Whenever Scorpio is playing any sort of role in any cosmic, thing, there's always this element of breaking illusion. So right now is a really important time to recognize the ways in which you have been looking at things through a rose-colored lens, or not honoring the fact that maybe there are some truths you not only need to admit to others, but admit to yourself. Are there certain things that you are sort of bypassing, or ways in which you are blinding yourself with illusion or delusion? What truths need to be admitted to yourself first and foremost before you can even put them into practice on an external level. So really getting honest and clear, letting any illusions that are shattered right now be shattered. This is a time when like a lot of things that we already thought we worked through can kind of get irritated, like a lot of triggers right now, but recognize the fact that anything that is coming up is just trying to move through and trying to teach you like, hey, if you thought that this was something that was handled, maybe you need to go a little bit like a layer deeper, or just have a more honest conversation with yourself. I think it's always, whenever this kind of theme comes up, it's all about like admitting truth to others. But I think especially with this, just the way this whole thing is set up, it's like dancing with the discomfort of yourself, right? I know for me personally, awesome, I'm so glad it resonates. This weekend I had like a really magical day, and I was at this park and the trees were just like absolutely beautiful, and for some reason I was just feeling uncomfortable. I was feeling really anxious. I was like, I'm supposed to be enjoying this. I have every reason to enjoy this, and I'm not enjoying this. So I started to like dance and try to like move and like create and force the joy, right? If that makes sense. And I kind of just stopped, and I was like, why am I forcing myself to feel good when it's very obvious that I just don't feel good right now? And I should instead just dance with my anxiety, dance with my discomfort, at the very least acknowledge to myself and admit to the truth to myself that I don't feel great right now. And I know that seems like a random anecdote, but I'm tying it into this to say that a big theme right now is just a weight that comes off of you is simply admitting to yourself that something may be wrong or something may be off, or there is a truth that you haven't admitted to yourself. So instead of trying to force the healing and force the forward movement and force yourself to feel good, you can sit with the fact that like things maybe feel a little bit wonky or overstimulating or anxiety inducing or just a lot right now. Things may feel like a lot, and a way to sort of alleviate some of that pressure is to simply admit to yourself what your body is asking of you to admit. So if there's any underlying themes, if there's any, especially, you know, a big theme right now, in terms of like the illusions that are being shattered and the truths that are meant to be admitted right now are evolving around intimacy, fears, and self-worth, as well as just like our dynamics when it comes to how we relate, the ways in which we play a role when we relate, the ways in which we are blinding ourselves with like, maybe this relationship isn't actually serving me and I'm still feeding and pouring into it because of some sort of attachment. Recognizing the fact that like I've said a million times, whatever truth is coming up right now is just meant to be acknowledged, it's meant to be seen, and it's meant to move through you. Do not force yourself to feel good right now. Just dance with whatever you feel. Hi, thank you so much for joining. And, you know, conversely, if you feel good right now, you probably have placements that are really, I mean, if you have any sort of fixed placements right now, you're really feeling this energy. But if you, I don't know who would be, if it's hitting you in a house that is relatively like okay to navigate, then you may not be feeling overwhelmed right now. And I would say work with this energy, because the other side of like this whole like shattering of illusion, there is this access to magic that we have. We always have access to magic, but like, especially with the Scorpio energy, the veil is very thin. So if you want to do any ancestral work, if you really want to put down like your monetary goals and what it is that you really want to call in for yourself, now would absolutely be the time. But ultimately, you know, dance with the discomfort. Have an honest conversation with yourself about the ways in which you maybe aren't looking at things head on and admitting to yourself how things really are. Thank you so much. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I read something about this astro brother that I thought was insane, but it was like, it's spring cleaning for all of your dirty laundry. So if there's any lies, if there's any facade that you may be upkeeping in any element of your life, that may come down right now, but it's okay because it's meant to, right? That means that, you know, through the breaking down of the ways in which we perhaps are lying to ourselves, or not even lying to ourselves, but keeping ourselves comfortable by blinding ourselves to truth, when we break that down and really admit and face things face forward, we grow so much deeper. We heal so much more sustainably, right? It's not a wound that will continue to be opened if we really like go deep to the root of it. So this is a beautiful time to really heal in a way that is sustainable, that does have some sort of longevity. So you're not like constantly processing the same shit. And know that like our relationship with intimacy, how we define intimacy sexually and also just like emotionally, is really at the forefront right now. The dynamics that maybe hold back you feeling safe in your intimacy are being confronted right now. But to end on a good note, I will say that all of this Taurus energy really, really, really calls us to come back to body, to say, you know what, all of this may be going on, but like, what does my body need right now? And maybe my body needs to rest. Maybe it needs to eat. Maybe it needs to go for a walk. Maybe it needs to call a friend and laugh. Really honor the fact that, you know, your body always knows what's best. Thank you. I always be talking that talk. You already know, period. Honor whatever your body is asking of you and give it whatever sensory stimulation it needs, right? Taurus season is all about senses and sensory. So feed it good food, smell good things, all of it. Awesome. Well, that is basically all that I wanted to share. I hope that you guys are well. This is a lot. And like I'm saying it, my body needs $6 million. It's the way that that's a specific number though. Get specific with the numbers. Get specific with the numbers, especially with, oh my God. There's a lot of, oh yeah, if you guys want any journaling prompts, How does my garden need tending to right now? You know, what do I need more of in terms of like, you know, your physical vessel? And is there a truth I have yet to admit to myself, you know? Period. That's all. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. But otherwise, know that I'm going through this like at times a million right alongside you. So, you know, have a lot of fixed energy. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.